Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're watching House of the Dragon. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are watching episode 3 of season 2 of House of the Dragon, and that last episode was insane. I thought for sure that when we would have brothers in like episodes and they were on opposite sides, I thought it was going to be more like the Hound and the Mountain, that eventually they would kind of come together and it would take seasons. I didn't think episode 2 was really when we would get that. I thought there'd be more of a build-up. And it was actually pretty devastating. They loved each other and they do believe that they are one soul and that they are one that was split apart. And I've never actually like physically seen somebody fall on their sword before. Like I've heard the term fall on your sword. And that time I saw it and that was devastating. That was heartbreaking and it was shocking. And I think I probably would have been more sad about it had we had more time with the brothers and spent more time with them. But, you know, Kristen Cole sent Eric to his death. Kristen Cole is a projecting little maggot. If he had been at his station, what happened with Helena and with Jacaerys, or with Jaehaerys, I keep doing that, with Jaehaerys wouldn't have happened. If he wasn't diddling the king's mom, that wouldn't have happened. And you know what? I just feel like all of the problems on this show are Kristen Cole. And it's so easy to hate him. And I don't know how he keeps failing upwards. It's actually really annoying. I felt bad for him because I do feel that like originally like he was used and manipulated and it felt like he had to do something that maybe he wouldn't normally want to do. But it was, I think, pretty easy for him to continually break his oath over and over and over. But boy, did I not see that coming, that that Aegon would make him the hand. I thought for sure Larys was like, I'm going to just keep planting information. And Larys, by all intents and purposes, is the Littlefinger of this series. And Littlefinger was really smart at staying far enough away, but knowing all the secrets, because then he wasn't in the direct line of fire. But eventually he would get rid of all the bigger players and then make his move. And I don't know if that's what Larys wants, or if Larys just wants like a dungeon of pain and just wants people that he can hurt all the time. But I was shocked that Kristen Cole, like the worst person that you could make the hand. Like, look, I don't agree with Otto Hightower and the things that he says and he does and how he treats people, but he was trying to keep peace. And now war is inevitable. I think it was inevitable anyways because of Daemon and him, you know, wanting to go after Vhagar and take out Vhagar with Rhaenys. And I worry about him now because now with him and Rhaenyra having that conversation, boy, was that an intense conversation. Boy, was that beautiful. And boy, can Emma deliver a line. You know, I even forget, is like that darkness you keep sheathed like a knife or something like that. I was like, Jesus, that's poetry. But I think him going and not saying where he's going, I would hope that he's going to Harrenhal, like he said he was going to. That's like, I think everyone's guess, but he could just be like, I'm just going to go blow some shit up because, you know, I want to, and I'm Daemon. And I do believe that Daemon is loyal to Rhaenyra, but I also think that you can't control Daemon the way you would want. Like, he's not loyal in the sense that he hears it and takes it at its word. He hears something and then does what he wants with it. And that's the problem with Daemon, is that like, he thinks differently, he works differently, and the way that he works does not fit with Rhaenyra. And Rhaenyra does not want to kill children. She does not want to have babies beheaded, which was absolutely horrifying that they did that to Helena, marching that baby through the streets, you know, and her being around people. I mean, obviously she has a hypersensitivity. A lot of people want to say that she's kind of like on the spectrum, which I can see, but like, I don't like saying that without like a diagnosis, but like, you know, like she's a very sensitive person in so many different ways that like, you know, she's a seer, she's a dreamer, like she can foretell things, right? And just having all those people around her with like that darkness that she was feeling, that sadness that she was feeling, she was so broken, and nobody in the high towers knows how to give comfort. Absolutely zero people. You know, Alicent didn't know how to comfort Aegon, and then she goes and she gets comforted by Kristen Cole. And, Otto didn't want to comfort her and didn't want to listen to her sin. And, like, they just don't know how to be there for each other. Like, even Aegon couldn't be there for Helena. And it's just, like, it's such a stark contrast. I love that I can use the word stark, and it's, like, punny. But it's such a stark contrast to, Rhaenyra and Jace in the moment that they have, and even Rhaenys, like, telling Daemon, like, she's a grieving mother. Like, this is what she was going through. I felt this. And it's just, if somebody would hug Aegon when he needed it, and if somebody would, if Otto had cared more about his daughter than, controlling Viserys and having the heir to the throne be somebody that he could manipulate and control, if he cared more about, like, his actual daughter's happiness, like, what a different world this would be. And, like, she's been very dutiful. She was the dutiful daughter. She was the dutiful wife. She did everything that she was told to do. And now this one thing that she, like, wants to do for herself is the thing that ultimately got her grandson killed. Because if Kristen Cole is out in the hallway, he sees blood and cheese. 100%. He sees it goes down, or he'll hear something. I 100% believe that. Him blaming Eric was like, small dick energy. Oh, I hate it. Oh man, I hate that guy so much. There's a lot of people who are just like, you can't blame Kristen Cole for everything, and I don't know why he gets that hate. You ain't watching the same show as me. I don't know how you could like him. And I know that the more I hate somebody, the more they're going to be around, the longer they'll be around, the more annoyed I'm going to get by it, and just give him somewhat of a redemptive arc. I don't know how you do that at this point, but, I feel bad for the actor because he's so good at playing this horrible character. And then, like, it's kind of like the Joffrey thing where everybody hated Joffrey so much that the actor quit. Like, we need to not do that to people. But like bravo for making everyone hate Kristen Cole. Bravo. Good job. Cause, like, it's wild. It's wild how much I hate him. Massaria kind of had a conversation with Rhaenyra, and Rhaenyra, I think, I was very proud of her for keeping Daemon's word to let Massaria go. And Massaria, I think, was the key of Eric being able to stop Eric. You know what I mean? Why would you name your kids the same name with different letters? It's so dumb. Anyway, I think letting her go was the right move. Sending her to Essos is the right move, not back to Westeros. I think that I hope she, like, threw her some more gold and said, "Be on your way. Thank you for the warning." But now the guard will be doubled. Everything will be tense. There'll be more people wanting to go to war. I could see Jace being upset that someone tried to kill his mom. We have Daemon's daughter will be guarding above the Red Keep, above King's Landing, and hopefully she stays high enough so she's not detected. But, like, we've seen that they have scorpions, so they might try to shoot her down. Vhagar might go up there and, like, I don't know what you do when you meet Vhagar other than try to run as quickly as you can. We need this dragon. We need Toothless in this world. Toothless, I think, is the only dragon that can defeat Vhagar. Because Vhagar's so scary, but a lot of holes in his wings. So, I don't know. Or her wings. I don't know. And then we got, like, a really great scene with Corlys and Rhaenys, and I always worry about that because, like, don't make me love people more so you can take them away from me. Corlys is getting his ship together, and we're in the Stepstones, and we did see, and I don't know if it was Adam, I want to say it was Alan, who was staring up at the dragon. And it's funny because some people said he looked scared, and I was like, really? It looks like he's, like, amazed by it. Like, he's looking up there in wonder, and I'm like, future dragon rider, see smoke, needs a rider. And I think I like getting introduced to new characters. Like, I get excited about it, and I hope what I have been told is correct. I know that, like, there's, like, possible spoilers that, like, I didn't realize was spoilers. I thought it was just information I forgot. I wasn't sure, so I'm not going to repeat it again. But I'm really interested to see where the Stepstones and like, all of that goes. And, I know that, like, Dance of the Dragons is coming up. There's going to be a huge dragon fight. I don't know if it's going to be this episode. I doubt it. I'm sure it's high budget, so I can't wait for that. But just really the repercussions of Aegon and his broken heart and losing his son, firing Otto and Otto going away. I think Alicent had said to go to see the Tyrells, that they need a hand, like an actual like hand of like whatever. Oh, we have to catch up with Laris because they hung all the rat catchers. And that was a scene. That poor puppy needs a home, and I will give him a home. Am I missing anything? I don't think I am at this point. So, guys, I'm super excited to get into this episode, so let's go. And I'm so sorry if I have the sniffles and if I sound nasally. I have been just fighting this cold for like 5 days, and it doesn't seem to be getting any better whatsoever. It's just lingering, as they do. Oh, God. Now they're showing the rat catchers? Wow. What an addition. Okay, yeah, I do actually have to pay attention to that whole thing now. Oh, man. That line going through Jaehaerys? Fuck. Riverlands.
We didn't move them.
Oh, did they move themselves then? Just rolled their way over so Bracken cows can fill their bellies on Blackwood grass?
The Assize at Riverland.
Fuck the Assize. And fuck you.
Whoa.
This is our land.
Babe killer.
What did you say?
Oh.
Your false Queen Rhaenyra is a kinslayer.
Your uncle declared for Aegon. Did he?
Okay, so I guess we like the guys in red.
Aegon Targaryen is no true king. Just as you are no true knight.
This is gonna be bloody.
Both craven. God!
Okay. Oh, this isn't gonna go well.
You wouldn't dare.
Oh, please don't. Oh, please don't. Oh. My God. Oh. Oh my God.
Here's the basest of villains.
I cannot fault him for keeping his oath.
Wow.
And what of those who sent him?
Yeah, Jace is mad.
Otto Hightower would never have allowed this.
Yep.
Hotter blood has prevailed, I think. The young men have taken the bit in their teeth they wish to punish, to avenge. Soon they will not even remember what it was that began the war in the first place.
God, she should have been queen.
There may be another way.
Which is?
Alicent Hightower.
What, reason with her? Talk to her?
She sent a raven. I do not care to read her message. What she did
It is not her, but the men around her who seek bloodshed.
she permitted it.
She doesn't have that control.
As you permitted the murder of a little boy in his bed.
Exactly.
Alicent is in King's Landing. Her son sits my throne. There is nothing more to be said.
Well, that is a problem. Rhaenyra, you gotta talk. No one communicates properly on this show at all. Yeah, I don't think you should be sitting like that. He wants them to be perfect, but he himself is not. That is for sure. Oh, I forgot. He comes to these meetings because he's the hand.
Sir Arik was awarded the great duty of ending Rhaenyra's challenge. He failed to discharge it.
He failed because the scheme was rash.
Perhaps, Your Grace, but we cannot all hide in our castles waiting for war to come
Oh.
As now it surely will.
As
Yep.
now, it already has.
The Blackwoods and the Brackens have feuded for centuries. This is nothing more than an excuse for them to indulge their ancient grudge. It's no true war.
Ooh.
Call it what you will. I call it war, and so will Dragonstone. The question is, what are we going to do about it?
Take a minute, cool down.
This council must rediscover the discipline it lately had if it's to be of any use.
The Riverlands are the key to the war. Harrenhal is the key to the Riverlands.
Well, Dame will take care of that for you.
To war, then.
Great.
I'll come too, with Sunfire.
Egon.
Your Grace.
You'll need a dragon.
My plan is not to draw attention.
That is precisely why you must remain, brother. It's a brave thought, but we cannot risk your loss.
I mean, the smartest one at the table, really. Sea Smoke is alone. Oh, so she did stay. Okay.
You saved my life.
What is the life of a queen worth these days?
Ooh.
You wish to be rewarded.
As I would think, you would wish to reward me.
I would think so, yeah.
What price would you set?
A place at your court. I know the workings of the Red Keep, and the movements of those who serve there. That is worth more than gold to you now.
Agreed.
And what is my worth to you?
I would punish the High Towers for what they have done. But more than that, I know the struggles of the small folk of King's Landing. They will be ruled either by you or by the usurper. And only one of you has shown yourself to be merciful.
Very true.
Sea Smoke, my late lord husband's dragon, has grown restless of late. We cannot know why.
Maybe he's lonely.
Yep, he needs himself a rider.
Rhaena.
Your Grace.
Rhaena, Rhaes, Rhaenyra, jeez.
It breaks my heart to send my boys away, but you have seen what may befall them here. I need you to be the mother to them that I cannot. Guard them as a dragon guards her eggs.
And my sister?
I need Bailey here.
Because she has a dragon.
I cannot promise to make you happy, but I ask you, make this sacrifice willingly.
Your Grace.
Can't we see if, like, she can ride Sea Smoke at all? I love Daemon's dragon. Is it Caraxes? Is that his dragon's name? Get him and Syrax messed up. Oh, he pretty. Daemon's not bad. Yeah, I forgot. Like, Harrenhal has this curse, but definitely it's looked better. The set design is amazing. Is Batman here? Oh, maybe ask questions, Damon? I don't know.
I'm claiming Harrenhal.
Apparently so.
No fight?
I, Sir Simon Strong, Castellan of Harrenhal, pledge fealty to Rhaenyra of House Targaryen. I swear this by the old gods and the new. Supper is venison with black cabbage and peas.
What a warm welcome. Except for what's-her-face. I don't know what that was about.
I've survived many a battle. I do not mean to be felled by poison peas.
Ah.
So no, you will find no loyalty to Larys Strong here, my prince.
Your
Good.
Grace.
Forgive me, I only assumed that as consul...
And we are reminded of the perilousness of assumption.
Eesh.
Indeed.
Is he supposed to be called His Grace? That sounds like usurping.
Summon your Lord Paramount so that I may treat with him myself and turn them to our cause.
That would be Lord Grover Tully, but he grows frail. It's said that he can no longer speak, nor seal his bowels. Begging your pardon for the impression.
Whatever his condition, perhaps the presence of the crown and a dragon will sharpen minds round these parts.
It could help.
If you are successful, well, when you are successful, what then?
We march on King's Landing and take the throne.
The throne?
Is that a surprise?
It's a big chair made of swords.
He knows what the throne is. He's surprised that it's going to go like that.
So, Kristen, may I present my brother, Sir Gawain Hightower, arrived last night from Eltown.
So, Kristen, how exhilarating to arrive at court after 3 long months on the road to find my Lord Father, who served 3 kings faithfully, unseated as hand of the king.
Oh boy.
And by a man from such modest beginnings. What a giddying ascent the gods have bestowed on you.
Yep, failing upwards.
Sir Gawain has volunteered to accompany you into battle.
We have a full complement, Your Grace.
Then you shall have a fuller one.
The march will be hard, sir.
No one is more delighted than I to march out to war with the Dornishmen. Sister.
He looks thrilled. I like him. Okay, well, I think this is going to be a bad idea. I get the feeling that her brother might die. Do we really need to see that? God. How long do they leave those bodies up there until they fall down? Like, that's so unsanitary.
There has been no word from Prince Daemon, Your Grace.
Then we must press what advantage we do have.
And what is that?
Dragons.
Ooh, bad idea.
If dragons begin fighting dragons, we invite our own destruction. Fear of it is in itself a weapon. The Greens will make the same calculation.
The value of a sword is not within its scabbard.
We will secure victory with armies, not with dragons alone.
Oh, that look.
Perhaps it is time for you to think about secreting yourself somewhere safe, while we remain here as a source of distraction for the enemy.
And run things without her.
To conduct the war in my absence.
It would merely be a precaution.
It would be treason.
Yeah, watch your tongue.
This bread, still warm.
There's broth too, I made sure of it.
I am no longer an invalid.
I love them. They're so cute.
It would displease neither Rhaenyra nor the gods. Rhaena were named heir to Driftmark.
Rhaena.
Yes.
Lord of the Tides.
Why not?
The girl knows nothing of ships, nor even of dragons.
Teach her.
There is Rhaena or there is Joffrey.
I have much to attend to.
I don't know, not wanting Rhaena to be the heir to Driftmark. It's kind of like her not being the heir to the throne.
Tyraxes and Stormcloud are young and vulnerable. These eggs are even more fragile. But should all come to ruin here, you will bear our hope for the future.
Your Grace.
That is a huge responsibility, though. Yeah, have we checked on Helena here? I think we need to know if she's okay.
I feel sad about Jaehaerys.
Oh, of course you do.
But I ought not to, I think. People die all the time, especially babes. They're so little, so they're taken so easily. That horrid procession where the small folk all stared at me. I warrant they thought I had no more right to grief than they do. Surely they lose their babes more than highborn ladies.
Wow.
I love Jaehaerys, but my concern has been more for you and what you have endured.
Because no one took care of her.
Helena,
I forgive you.
What?
Kristen Cole.
I said that I forgive you.
Yep, she knows.
What is your business?
There are rumors that the king readies himself to fly to war.
What is it to you?
Only that I think it would benefit all of us to prevent our king from being brutally slain by our enemies and his body parts scattered to beasts and his court come to ruin. Would you not agree?
I didn't think Laris would inject himself here.
There are diverse rumors whispered on the streets of your city. One such is that your grace sends his forces to battle, and in his courage and wisdom flies with them. Another is that his grace was outwitted by his councillors and persuaded to fly to war with Sir Criston, so the Queen Alicent may reign in his absence, with Prince Aemond at her side.
What are you doing, Laris?
Absurd, of course.
Who spreads these lies?
Laris.
Tales take on a life of their own, like weeds, unless they are tended.
Well, tend to them, then.
But he knows how to plant something in somebody's mind, that's for sure.
I should be glad of your talents.
You honor me, your grace.
It's 100% what he wanted.
Shall we escort you to the dragon pit, your grace?
No, you're not going.
I think mayhaps I shall fly another day.
Smart.
You could come out with us, my king. Sir Martin has a new squire that wants bedding in.
He's never fucked a woman.
You're sworn to chastity now.
Of course, your grace. Yes, your grace.
Ooh.
No, don't tell me you're going. I'm not going, just get here.
Yeah, we had a scene with Hugh in the last episode. There's a lot of concentration on the small folk that I've seen, and I don't want to lose Hugh. Then this guy saw the rat catchers, and obviously he's working with... Why can't I ever remember that chick's name? I always want to say Melis, and I know that's a dragon, I think.
Who was your grandsire?
They call him the Conciliator.
King Jaehaerys.
I really shouldn't be telling you this. It could cost me my head.
You are saying you're a Targaryen?
I mean, he does have grey hair.
I'm the son of Balon the Brave.
Bastard brother to Prince Daemon.
Uncle to the one true queen, Rhaenyra Targaryen.
Why are you sharing this with them?
You do not look very much like King Viserys or Prince Daemon.
How do you know what they look like?
He speaks truth right enough. Look, you can tell by his hair.
Yeah, I would say that. Like, they probably wouldn't know what they look like.
Yeah, I'll tell you who else doesn't have silver hair. The rightful heir to the Iron Throne, my nephew, Prince Jaehaerys Velaryon.
Whoa. Yeah, it got really quiet in there.
All hail the king!
All hail the king!
Drinks for all! At the pleasure of the crown!
Yeah, the pleasure of the crown!
Yeah, you look like you're gonna throw up. I don't know if he's spelling lies or if there's truth behind that. Ooh-wee, what a time to say that out loud, though.
A little tame, but a good a place as any to get it wet. I know.
I thought he was upset with them not keeping their vow of chastity, but it seems like he's very much okay being active. I didn't expect to see that. Oh, is he gonna see his brother?
Aemond the Fierce, you have come so far, and yet you still lie with your very first.
Oh boy, oh boy.
Your squire is welcome to her. One oar is as good as another.
Okay, bravo to you. Full frontal and then just walking around without an eye patch on. Very exposed. Wow. Oh, is that from Alicent? You really should read it. What is he looking at? Is there a dragon?
Exposed.
What? Cole?
Yep. But it's Bela. She's not gonna attack. Oh Oh, goodness. I don't want anything to happen to Bela. Oh my gosh. If something happens to Alicent's brother at the hand of a dragon, Daemon's daughter... I mean, was she supposed to attack them? I guess so. Oh, it was a close one. Yeah, Gawain definitely looks a little scared. You got lucky with Kristen.
Could you be certain it was Cole from such a great height?
It was not such a great height, Your Grace.
Yeah.
You said not to engage, so I didn't. Exactly.
Your Grace, the time for action is surely now.
Your Grace, I must agree.
Everyone, tamper down.
Cole will look to increase his numbers, and he may call upon a dragon of his own.
This is why you must act now, Your Grace. Loose the dragons, root Cole out, and burn him.
I'd be fine with that, actually.
I have heard your arguments, and will consider them.
I mean, she sends Bela or her son. She risks losing another child. We risk killing Alicent's brother. Just shit on top of shit on top of shit. I like how he has his sword there because he doesn't trust them. He wouldn't eat the peas either. Yeah, who is the chick that, like, wasn't bowing when he came in there? Who is this? He bewitched? What's happening?
I have to clean up afterwards.
What a scene. Wow, Damon. Yeah, who is this? She's
You
like a
will
witch.
die in this place.
I mean, I listen to people when they say stuff like that. Hopefully not for 3, 5, 7 seasons.
What do you know of the movements of Alicent Hightower?
Would you take her hostage or kill her outright?
I would speak with her, myself.
Killing her would be easier.
Fair.
I can have a message brought to her, in secret.
She would not agree to it. I must see her, face to face.
I would love that. I would love that.
She is the Queen Dowager. She goes nowhere without many eyes watching her. Unless...
There are fishing boats aplenty in the bay.
But if I'm recognized?
You may be surprised to learn it, but most folk pay no mind to a woman who has not dressed as a queen or lured herself with the eyes of men. There is one place Alicent goes, outside the castle walls, where you may yet find her alone.
Yep. You can find Alicent in the Sept. What a dangerous plan. I love it. She looks like she could just be like, shame! Shame! I mean, if nobody knows what Viserys and Daemon look like, nobody knows what Rhaenyra looks like, so, like, she wouldn't be spotted. It's not like there's, like, pictures and TV and, you know, stuff with their faces on it. Even then, it's a likeness. It's not even exact. Smart. This will not avoid war, but I like the plan anyway. Oh, it's building tension! Wouldn't it have taken Rhaenyra, like, weeks to get there, though?
No, no. What? I must speak with you. If I could cry out, your knights would find me. I would be taken or slain. Though not before I killed you.
So, let's chat.
Rhaenys has counselled me. She said she saw in you a wish to avert the worst of what may now come. But if you and I may come to terms...
There are no terms now.
I am a mother too, and you have yet to answer for the murder of my son.
I repudiate that act with all my heart.
Of course you do. I'm usurping my rightful inheritance.
This is such an amazing scene. I love these two together, I really do.
When was your plan first laid? Was your ambition so keen?
He changed his mind, Rhaenyra. I swear this to you, on the memory of my mother.
I mean, to Alicent he did. She didn't know about the prophecy.
What did he say at the end?
Ooh, okay.
Did he speak my name?
It was hard at times to understand, but he spoke Aegon's name. He said he was the prince that was promised to unite the realm.
What?
I desire peace as you do, but to possess...
Did my father use those words? The prince that was promised.
It's the prophecy.
He spoke to you of the Song of Ice and Fire. It's a story he once told about Aegon the Conqueror.
Alicent's gonna learn she made a mistake.
The Conqueror.
Yep, I think they're all kind of...
You must go before you are discovered.
There's been a mistake.
There's been no mistake.
Please.
There has been.
It's too late, Rhaenyra.
Alicent.
I think Alicent realized the mistake that he wasn't talking about their Aegon, just a story, and Rhaenyra realized that he was just reciting the prophecy. Oh, that was such a beautiful moment. Beautiful's a strong word. Powerful. Okay, what a great episode. My God, that scene with Rhaenyra and Alicent was wonderful because finally we hear the truth. And you can see almost a relief on Rhaenyra's face that, like, her father didn't forget about her in his dying moments. Not necessarily remembering her, he didn't say her name or anything, but the fact that he was talking about Aegon the Conqueror in the story of Ice and Fire, and she realized what Alicent heard without knowing the prophecy. Alicent would have thought that it was her Aegon, and I think, like, Alicent thinking this whole time that she did the best choice, that she made the decision that that's what Viserys wanted, and then kind of realizing that maybe she was incorrect about it, but she can't do anything. She has no power. She has no power over Aegon. She has no power over Kristen Cole. The only card she really could play, was having her father be Hand of the King and her father, like, somehow stop everything. It's all going to shit. We're all going to war. We saw the very beginning with the Blackwoods and the Brackens. Like, I was just like, oh, we're rooting for this side, and then fucking slaughter. And it's going to come to war. We know it's going to come to war. I think it is the smart idea to not have Aegon go to war. But it's unfortunate because, like, instead he decides to, like, I don't want to be like, go out and have a night with the boys, but he's, like, encouraging their bad behavior and them breaking their chastity. And, like, at first, like, when they were like, he was like, well, don't you have, like, a vow of chastity? And they're, like, laughing, like, are you kidding? That's ridiculous. And then when he didn't laugh, they're like, oh shit, should we be following the rules? And, him, like, taking them out to a whorehouse and taking them out to a pub and, like, having that night out and everything out in the open so much, it just kind of encourages them to not be at their post. Because even Kristen Cole, when he's walking down the stairs, like, they're leisurely sitting on the stairs. Like, they're not really taking their job seriously. I think Aegon wants to be seen as, like, this fierce leader and this warrior and this fighter, and he's just not. And Rhaenyra is talking about how, when Rhaenyra is talking about the bloodlust and kind of like these men being trained to be warriors their entire life, like they, from when they're born, are preparing to go to war. So like that's what they're preparing to do. That's what they want to do, is do this thing that like they've been conditioned to be prepared for. And Alicent and Rhaenyra, of course, don't want this. And I mean, it's inevitable. It's going to happen. And I think Aegon wants to prove himself a strong leader, one, by showing up on his dragon in Aegon the Conqueror's armor, like leading this army. And, I think he's so afraid of being seen as weak or fake or like that he doesn't belong, that he really wants to prove himself. And Larys showing up and saying that to him and kind of convincing him, and like proving again, like, and there were no secrets about Aegon, not being fit or anything like that. I forgot exactly what Larys had said to him, but whatever it was a lie, and it was a good enough lie that Aegon was like, I need a master of secrets, and you're that guy. I think that that's what Larys wanted. But what was also nice is when we were at Harrenhal having, I wrote it down, Simon Strong say that there is no love lost for Larys. Like, he 100% thinks that Larys had his father and brother killed at Harrenhal. So, like, and that whole scene was really interesting too, because I was like, who's this person who's not bowing down to Daemon? And then Daemon is fully prepared to like fight when he comes in, and he doesn't trust anyone. They're poison peas. They're going to break through his door. And then having the vision of the young Rhaenyra sewing on Jaehaerys's head and kind of being faced with like this thing that he did and that he had happen. And like, what an acting moment from Matt, because like the tears in his eyes and the fear that he had in that moment, it was beautiful. But then having this character who still is not named, tell him like, you're going to die here. I don't know if that's it this season, next season, season 5, but Harrenhal seems to be a place that we should worry about with Daemon. If anything, having Helena have her like sight thing that she does, or like that she's a dreamer, whatever it may be called in this, anytime somebody says something like that, I listen. I totally listen. And I really think it's interesting that they keep showing like scenes with the small folk, like people who don't even have names. Like we had the guy that was, I thought Mysaria was going into the inn, and he was following her and was kind of like acting a little drunk and was going to go talk to her. But then he sits down and like reveals that like his brother, or that Rhaenyra is his niece, and that his brother is Viserys and Daemon. And yeah, they don't know what Daemon and Viserys even look like. I mean, he's got gray hair. He doesn't have white hair. So I don't know if that's necessarily true. He's the son of Balon the Brave? The bastard of Balon the Brave? Something like that. So we keep getting a lot of these stories with the small folk, and I don't think that that's a coincidence. And especially having Mysaria say something to Rhaenyra about the small folk and who she'd rather have lead, because it seems that one queen has mercy while the one king does not, with all the rat catchers being killed, because you couldn't flush out the exact one, that Rhaenyra would have a little bit more mercy when it came to the small folk and the people that matter, especially the people that matter to Mysaria. Definitely, I think Rhaenyra choosing to send her children away was so painful for her. And I feel really bad for her. Rhaena? Is that who it is? Rhaenyra, Rhaenys, Rhaena. I feel bad for her because, one, she doesn't have a dragon. And that's why I was like, oh, take Sea Smoke, or like one of the babies that are born. Maybe she'll be a dragon rider on one of them. It seems like she's the most expendable of everybody because she can't ride a dragon, she can't fight in war, but what she can do is look after the children, look after the eggs, after the baby dragons. I know that she thinks it's beneath her, but she also kind of sees it as insulting, especially because Bela is, out scouting and she's riding her dragon and she's being sent to essentially babysit. But I think it's a very important job. And I don't know what happens necessarily with her character, but I feel like that puts her in a big advantage being away, being able to learn and teach and be around the dragons and be around the nieces and nephews and the heirs. Like, I think that might be a good thing for her, but it just sucks because yes, she is the most expendable. Not expendable, but she's the one that's the most useless to Rhaenyra in some situations. And, even Rhaenys and Corlys having the conversation about Rhaena being the heir to Driftmark, he's kind of like scoffed about it a little bit, like Rhaena. And I really felt for Rhaenys in that moment because, like, again, she was overlooked as a queen. And I feel like if she was queen, none of this would be happening. Like, it would be very cut and dry. Well, I mean, it might have, who knows, but like that just like really hurt her. And I think she just kind of wants to give Rhaena something, not necessarily to look forward to, but like that to show that she does have a purpose in her family. Let Bela fly the dragons and fight in wars. And you know what? She probably could have killed Criston Cole and Alicent's brother in that moment. And the fact that she was like, you told me not to engage, so I didn't. Exactly. And I hate that because I don't ever want to say something nice about Criston Cole, but like he was better prepared for that situation than, what was his name? Garwin? Something like that. He was much better prepared to handle and looking for a dragon because he's been around the dragons and saved their lives. They're very lucky to be alive because of Criston Cole. And it kind of seems that both councils, not only Rhaenyra's, but like also Aegon's councils, like that there's like chaos, that nobody can really agree on like what to do, where to go, and the disrespect that Rhaenyra's council shows her is so unwarranted. And I love Rhaenys saying like she's the heir to my father who had the longest, strongest reign. And it's kind of like get your shit together, boys. And I think they would, it's hard because again, they're like preparing for war. They know war is coming. And I think now for sure, Alicent and Rhaenyra know war is coming and that there's nothing that they can do. So they've exhausted all efforts, that now they will be preparing for war. But like a lot of the men were just like, we need to attack. We need to do this. We need to do that. And Rhaenyra's like, I'm not ready for that yet. Like, we're not ready for that yet. Like, let's just try one more thing. And they try to be diplomatic. She tries to be diplomatic to Alicent. And Alicent has no power. So war it is. So war is upon us. And we've already saw at the beginning of this episode just how bloody and awful that can be. So I can only imagine what it will be. And I know that Rhaenyra wants to avoid dragons fighting. And I don't think we can. And I think we're going to see it. And I think it's going to be amazing. But guys, if you want to watch the full-length reaction to this episode, it will be available on my Patreon. But in the meantime, remember to like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. And I'm just going to apologize about just sounding all stuffed up. And, I hopefully the next one I will be brand new and refreshed and feeling great. We'll see. But guys, come back here for the next episode because I am really curious, one, about Daemon and who told him that he's going to die at Harrenhal, who that character is. If we're going to see Rhaena again, or if now we're done with her character until she appears suddenly. I feel like she's going to have a triumphant moment. At least I hope. I'm very, very curious as to what Alicent does now, because not having Criston Cole around not having the hand of the king around, like, she might have a little bit more pull with Aegon. I doubt it. She had a better chance with her father as hand, but even her father wouldn't listen to her most of the time anyway. So I'm very curious to see from here on out. It was so nice to get Emma and oh gosh. What is her name? Cook. Olivia. Emma and Olivia in the same scene again. I really love those two together. They are very, very great actresses that play off of each other, and like, just bravo. I love it. I love this show so much. So guys, come back here for the next episode. And in the meantime, I'll see ya. Hopefully not having a cold, and hopefully not being out of it, because I'm over it already. All right. Bye.